Wakey, 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 wakey. It's time for school. Come on. Wake up. It's time for school. Come on, man.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for clicking. To not waste any time, let's get started. You may have heard the name, the rumors, some real, some fake, information, and maybe even some FUD on it. But here it is, Bitcoin and what we call BTC, its coin on the Bitcoin network, which has been operating impeccably, flawlessly, and immaculately since 2009 using its blockchain technology to keep perfect records of all BTC wallets and transactions 24/7, 365, morning, noon, and night globally. On holidays, Bitcoin never stops. No vacations for Bitcoin. It's a beast. We might as well call it Godzilla. But for now, we'll just stick with Bitcoin, with blockchain technology being its record keeper. A ledger. So there's no government, no bank, no middleman, no PayPal, no Venmo, no Cash App, no Zelle, no nada. Just the users, the hodlers, and the Bitcoin network. But what is blockchain technology? Simply explained, blockchain technology, for example, picture we have a list of transactions, with the currency being BTC, that is sent to and from other people in Bitcoin using the Bitcoin network. Once the maximum amount of data has been used, aka our list, is finished, our list becomes our block of data. With a block of data being able to hold up to 2,000 transactions, which is then added behind a previous block of data from another list that has already been created prior, then being linked together to create a chain, a blockchain, which is called a ledger, a record keeper. Some of the reasons Bitcoin has been praised as a superior way to hold your wealth is decentralization, transparency, and the fact that it is unchangeable. Transactions cannot be manipulated. And the reason why a decentralized network is preferred by others is because there is no one single point of failure. Data is stored all around the world, which also means there is no single person, bank, government, fund, or one single entity that controls any aspects of the data recording and storage process, which is currently how our economy works, by a central banking system controlled by a central authority called the Federal Reserve and its 7 members, which then the central bank issues their currency, the dollar, to, for example, Bank of America and other banks around the nation, which these entities, like Bank of America, can decide how, where, and when their data, your money, is kept, all while borrowing it out to make interest off of your money, while it sits there in the account by loaning it out for other things like car loans, mortgage loans, student loans, or other. But with Bitcoin and blockchain technology, no one entity, like we spoke about earlier, is in charge. The data and data management is decentralized on a network, on open source software with the Bitcoin network. Any changes the Bitcoin protocol sees has to go through a consensus process in order to keep and protect the integrity of the network that no one person or entity has control over. So instead of one entity, for example the IRS, making the rules and deciding how, where, and when their data, once again your money, is kept, instead with Bitcoin we have a community. With blockchain technology, the data is distributed on many devices, not just one centralized one. Which to the next point of why many prefer Bitcoin is transparency. All transactions on the blockchain are viewable and is a public ledger available for all to see, which all transactions are kept around the world, like mentioned earlier, so nothing can be changed or altered. When it comes to storage of wealth, value, and investment, you want 100% transparency. Unlike we see with our current monetary system, we do not see where every dollar and cent goes with taxpayer dollars. Things can be changed and manipulated by their liking, and have the media lie for narratives, like we see with lobbyists. Moving on, let's get into some facts about Bitcoin. For one, it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto. The name used by, well, the to-be-presumed creator who authored the Bitcoin white paper and deployed Bitcoin's original reference implementation. Nakamoto also conceived the first blockchain database. Nakamoto was active in the development of the Bitcoin network until December 2010. His perceived age is to be 48 years old at the time of this recording. Claimed to be born in April of 1975 in Japan. But as I mentioned, these are all just claims. He stated through messages embedded in the code of BTC. Nakamoto states that the writing of the code for Bitcoin began in 2007, and on the 18th of August 2008, he or his colleague registered the domain name bitcoin.org and created a website at the address on the 31st of October that same year. Nakamoto then published a white paper on the cryptography mailing list at metsdoubt.com, describing entitled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and now current day being described as digital gold. On the 9th of January 2009, Nakamoto released OI of the Bitcoin software on source.forge, and then launched the network by defining the genesis block of Bitcoin, block number 0, which had a reward of 50 Bitcoins. And 50 Bitcoins at the time of this recording is roughly $1.3 million. With a new blockchain being created on the blockchain roughly every 10 minutes or so, validated and published by the Bitcoin network, with an average of 2,000 transactions with each validated block. Much wealth has been created since Bitcoin's birth back in 2009, currently trading at $26,000 a coin in mid-2023. If we went back in time, BTC was trading for less than a penny at just 0.008 cents, climbing to 8 cents a coin at the end of the month back in July of 2010. You could have become a millionaire if you bought Bitcoin at 8 cents for just $3.08 US and selling it at $26,000 a coin. Now that's some real diamond hands. From its all-time low of just 0.008 to its all-time high of $68,789.63 on the 8th of November 2021, and with a max supply of just 21 million BTC, is quite limited. Unlike the dollar, which can and is printed over and over. But don't worry, if you are thinking now, how can we distribute just 21 million coins of BTC? Well, Bitcoin can be broken into what are called Satoshis, up to 100 billion units per coin. And with a circulating supply of just 19 million BTC, 2 million have yet to be mined, with an estimate of the last BTC to be mined by the year 2140, at which point the last block reward will be released. The reason for the limited supply is because creator Satoshi wanted BTC to have a similar inflation rate as to gold. Hence, one of the reasons for comparisons to gold. With BTC having an annual inflation rate of 1.8%, is another great reason to be excited about the fixed supply. Is also, eventually, BTC will have an annual inflation rate of 0. And with a fixed supply, and a high demand means that price goes up, up, up. Yet another reason why we like to fix supply is we don't see the decline in value like we are seeing with the dollar. So the question is now, do you see yourself holding some of your wealth in BTC with the Bitcoin network? Or do we continue to trust the dollar, the pound, and the euro? For me, my fiat is going into BTC. None of this was financial advice, only financial entertainment here. Well, thanks for clicking, thanks for liking, and thanks for watching. And remember, none of this was financial advice and only financial entertainment. Have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a great night. See you in the next one.